Coming up, Unloaded.
Whoa, real slick. I just started to go sideways there.
A winter storm chases Ryan's convoy to the Alaska highway.
Oh, she's spinning going around this curve.
Brenda duels lightning and rain south of the Windy City.
If I gotta slow it down, I slow it down, but I'm not stopping. Damn!
And Joe takes a dangerous drive through California's steepest and most treacherous paths.
If there's an accident, you're not gonna see it.
Every minute of the day, truckers are hauling valuable cargo through North America in every kind of weather.
I feel scared of an hour, no way.
Speed is everything. More miles means more money.
Joe goes where the dough flows.
Which trucker will make the most? Each week, truckers all over North America battle extreme weather, bumper-to-bumper traffic, and unforgiving deadlines to keep their wheels rolling and the money flowing. Any obstacle can result in a hit to the trucker's bottom line. To be the best-paid trucker of the week, West Coast trucker Joe has agreed to drive a load of luxury spas from the Southern California coastline, 1,105 miles northeast, to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The job pays $2,050 if Joe can deliver before the office closes tomorrow night.
I'd like to get well into Nevada, maybe a little further.
With such a long haul, Joe can't afford any major delays, but he's already in trouble. As Joe leaves the coast and heads inland toward the Sacramento Valley, California's winter weather shows a dark side.
Visibility looks like it's dropping.
Joe has run into a blinding wall of Tule fog. In winter, cold air from the Sierra Nevadas sinks into California's 450-mile-long Central Valley, where it mixes with moisture from the wetlands, creating ground fog.
I have a feeling it's gonna get denser and even harder to see.
The fog in the Central Valley is putting Joe hours behind schedule. At this pace, he'll miss his deadline, but he's not willing to drive the speed limit in such dangerous conditions.
Only an idiot would be driving full speed. I'm down to maybe 40 miles an hour because I just don't want to run right into somebody. If there's an accident, you're not gonna see it. They had one down in Texas, 145 people. Chain reaction crash on both sides of the freeway. The only defense you have is to just slow way down.
Just south of Chicago, Illinois, seasoned trucker Brenda is off to the races with a tractor filled with cardboard gift boxes to celebrate Christmas.
The thing that's getting me right now is that it's really, really windy.
Without enough weight on her tires, Brenda could tip.
20,000 pounds, that's nothing for the wind.
And even though the Windy City's 20 miles behind her, strong gusts in this open terrain are giving Brenda a run for her money.
You wonder if you'll be able to keep it on the road sometime when it's windy. Oh, Lord, please keep me safe out here.
To bring home a big paycheck this week, Brenda must drive 926 miles through America's heartland to New Orleans. And she'll only have 25 hours to do it. Having survived a dangerous haul through Hurricane Sandy,
Ooh, talking about somebody scared, okay?
Brenda has a special interest in her new destination.
They got hit with Katrina, and it was a major hurricane. Just totally wiped out New Orleans. And so I'm curious to see what it looks like now after all those years and all that damage it did.
But before Brenda can visit ghosts of storms past, she'll have to make it through a storm barreling towards her front windshield.
Real funky looking. Like you're gonna just open up and let it all out.
Up in Alberta, Canada, 29-year-old Ryan is also racing the clock and fighting the weather.
Winter weather in Alberta is fierce, it's unpredictable, and if you let your guard down, it'll kick you in the neck.
Ryan's heading 100 miles to Red Deer, Alberta to load 25,000 pounds of hardware supplies. Then he'll join a convoy to drive 461 miles to the far north, where the Alaska Highway begins in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. But before he even gets to Red Deer, the weather turns ugly.
All of a sudden it starts to rain. Cold enough out, it's freezing rain. Keep trucking along and see what Alberta weather throws at us. Can't predict this.
If the convoy can't deliver before midnight, Ryan will be fined and he'll lose the job next time hardware is heading north.
Limited visibility out here, snowing hard. Whoa. She's slippery. I just spun out as I turned the corner. Hopefully make her up the other side without oh, she's spinning going around this curve. She's a little icy.
Back in Illinois, a low-pressure system has ushered in a nasty rainstorm that has darkened the sky and is threatening to slow down Brenda's load.
If I gotta slow it down, I slow it down, but I'm not stopping. I gotta keep it moving, because I got a load to deliver. The first 10 minutes of rain is the worst time to drive. I think I'm more scared then. You hit those brakes just a little bit too hard, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Crash and boom, or jackknife, or damn! Gripping onto the steering wheel, but I gotta get this load there.
The rain is showing no sign of letting up, but with no way to extend her deadline, Brenda has to make it through the storm. After a slow haul through the Tule fog, Joe's 2 hours behind schedule, but he's on the wrong stretch of road to close the gap.
It's starting to rain as I just start climbing the hill here. In the next hour and a half, I'll be up at over 7,000 feet.
Joe is ascending Donner's Pass, the historic link from California to all points east. It's a treacherous highway, feared by truckers for climbing 7,000 feet in under 72 miles. A record-setting grade that claims lives each year.
When you climb that high, the temperature drops, so a little bit of rain can turn into snow. It's a little early to expect throwing chains on the tires, but at that elevation, anything can happen. Temperature's dropping, little bits of like slush are hitting the windshield. We're only 2 miles from Donner Summit. We're really getting into it now.
North of the border, freezing rain has turned to snow as the convoy assembles for its long haul north.
It's gonna be 950 miles of winter, white, snow, slop, slush, and
with business drying up close to home, Ryan's been forced to take the only load he can find, a convoy delivering hardware to northern Alberta. It's a risky run that's headed straight into a winter storm.
it's about teamwork out here.
You know, we got a heavy snowfall warning, eh? Just to keep us on our toes.
Where's the snowfall warning for? Everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.
Minutes later, the convoy drives straight into a wall of white.
Whiteout. As soon as the truck passes, you lose everything in front of you. Everybody's gonna be putting along here like a dope until we get to Grand Prairie.
Yeah, you really gotta watch it.
Whoa, real slick. I just started to go sideways there.
Ryan's convoy is heading north in a snowstorm, delivering hardware supplies to northern British Columbia.
Look at this Yahoo. Is he stuck or what's he doing?
To make the midnight deadline, the convoy can't afford any surprises. But Ryan has one they can't resist. He just got engaged to his girlfriend, Danielle.
Congratulations is in order for Ryan. He proposed to Danny, come on. Right on, way to go.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Drive along and I pulled over and then I dropped down to one knee on the side of the highway too there. I said, I love the highway like I love you. Will you marry me?
It's a good thing you put the highway first.
But this highway is in no mood for a late afternoon love affair.
Oh, now I got a snowplow in the hammer lane here. We're gonna have to slow down.
With the highway icing up and traffic slowing to a crawl, the convoy is falling hours behind schedule. Almost 2,000 miles to the east, Brenda's driven 80 miles through heavy rains. And even though the sky is lightened up, Brenda's mood is getting darker.
Rain is nothing to play with.
But a truck racing Brenda is doing just that.
Now, why in the hell are you gonna let me catch your chicken and then speed up when I hop out in the hammer lane? You a little chicken. When a female passes a male trucker, their testosterone kicks in, And then they'd be like, I can't let that woman outdo me. And then they'll speed up on you. Being in the trucking world, being a lesbian, you know, it's not really, it's not a big thing. It's a bigger thing for the men. There's that again. I do not want to see a red truck again today.
Joe's made it 7,000 feet to Donner Summit, but going down the mountain pass is far more dangerous than going up. And to make things worse, the roads are in terrible condition.
This side has been snowy and slippery all day long. All the trucks are throwing slush, but we just hope nobody does something stupid. If you went into a panic stop, you'd slide.
Down in Mississippi, Brenda's push through the rain with a time-sensitive load of Christmas boxes has paid off. She's still on schedule, and to reward herself, Brenda's about to gamble on an unscheduled pit stop.
I'm passing right through my mother's hometown, and I can't just pass her exit and not stop off to see her. Hello, Mother dear. Hi. Hey, Mama.
The only time I worry about Brenda is when it's really raining or snowing real bad, ice on the road. Then I do a lot of praying. A lot.
Trucker curse, you can't stay long. It can be rough.
Joe's made it 600 miles into his long haul, making up lost time. He wants to drive as far as he can into Idaho before calling it quits for the night, but he's going to have his plan changed for him.
Ah, crap. I'm trying to make some miles tonight, and I just passed a sign warning of a rock slide up ahead. Really in no mood to just go up there and wind up parked on the highway all freaking night. Smartest thing I can do.
Back on the road to Dawson Creek, Ryan and his convoy have a new threat to worry about. Moose.
When you're driving up here, you can't let your guard down in the nighttime. All that moose crossing the highway, pretty scary thing to see. Do some damage.
Yeah, you bet. On a month ago, pick up in the ditch, it all crumpled up, windshield gone.
This stretch of Alberta's Highway 43 has come to be known as Moose Row. This far north, moose, some weighing 1,200 pounds, wander onto highways, attracted by the lights of vehicles, and the results are often fatal. Despite the dangers of moose crossings, the convoy is making good time, but something forces the lead truck off the road.
Ryan, let's work on the shoulder. What's that problem?
We're all pulling over on the side of the road here.
So far, each trucker has struggled with setbacks. Ryan's convoy was forced off the highway in heavy snow, and now they've got a truck down on Moose Row. Brenda's fought wind, a lightning storm, and a reckless 18-wheeler on her Trans-American haul to New Orleans. Joe's had one of his most difficult runs, Tule Fog, the Donner Pass, and now a rock slide. With the truckers nowhere near their final destinations and set to face their biggest challenges yet, it's impossible to know who will make it through to earn the most money. Up in northern Alberta, Ryan's convoy has been forced to pull over onto the shoulder of a deadly stretch of Alberta highway known as Moose Row. But it's not a moose that stopped their progress.
We're going down the road, all of a sudden there's Colin, CB, Russell's got steam coming up, he blew a coolant line. Nobody leaves nobody behind when you're convoy, especially in winter. One thing you do, you pack a bunch of spare parts when you're out here as much as you can.
And after pooling all of their spare engine coolant,
Clear.
the convoy is back in business. But it's come at a cost. With 80 miles to go, the breakdown has added an hour delay. Now Ryan needs perfect conditions to get his hardware supplies to Dawson Creek by midnight to avoid a fine.
No more interruptions, we gotta get going.
Joe's load of spas is in jeopardy of arriving late. Last night, a rock slide blocked the highway through Idaho. And with a full day of driving ahead of him, Joe will need to make up 2 hours of lost time to avoid a fine.
This is a pretty good little rock slide. A rock slide like this is caused when water softens up the dirt to the point where the weight of the rock is enough to pull it off and separate the stiction from the mud. Or they'll have a freezing night and the water goes in there and freezes and actually forces the rock to split off of the rest of the rock face. That would have easily killed somebody if it hit them.
Ryan's convoy has made it 80 miles outside of Dawson Creek, but another intense snowstorm is blinding the convoy, slowing down their pace and making it impossible to make up for lost time.
It started to snow pretty hard. Russell said he's got no tracks on the front door, so he's breaking trail. Hey, Grant, am I getting close to you? Can't see it through all the dust here. Give me a flash or something.
Right here, buddy. Come on.
We've only got about another hour out of a 4-lane, then we're on 2-lane, and that's when it gets a little tougher to see.
By the time they make it to the 2-lane road, it's already midnight. Ryan's technically late for delivery, and if fined, it could tarnish his reputation in Dawson Creek.
Look at all this snow coming down. Real pain to see anything here.
Now that he's cleared the rock slide, Joe decides to check in on Brenda's progress.
Well, hey, Joe. What you know?
I know how to make dough, that's what I know.
What? I'm a super trucker. I deliver, and I deliver on time. I'm getting ready to crank my truck up. I'll have to catch you on the next go-around, okay?
You gotta go to make the dough, right?
Don't you know? Yes.
I do know. I do know.
This competition is mine. I'm taking those fellas down. New Orleans, here we come.
Brenda's arrived on the outskirts of New Orleans, confident she's going to make her delivery of Christmas boxes on time.
I'm so happy. Woohoo! Loving it, loving it.
But she still has the greatest challenges of her day ahead.
Driving over here is a very big challenge because I've never been here before.
8 years after Hurricane Katrina, large sections of New Orleans are still showing the terrible effects of the storm. And Brenda's driving straight through them.
It's looking a little rough, like nobody's tried to repair those yet.
But it's not only hurricane damage that makes New Orleans a tough city for truckers.
Damn, oh hell.
Turn left on North Claiborne Avenue.
Okay, that's Claiborne. Can't go left. Go left here. Gotta swing wide.
Brenda turns a corner and finds her truck dangerously close to a sagging power line.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this electrical line.
And now, only 3 miles from her destination, Brenda has to get free of the wires or she'll miss her deadline and risk losing the week to Ryan or Joe. With the truck stuck under a fallen electrical wire, time is almost up.
I got this big, huge 18-wheeler truck.
It's a matter of inches. But Brenda slides out of danger and heads for the home stretch.
This was a roundabout way to go, because look at that. There it is, right there. Girl, you know I love you, but you just messed me up.
Joe's struggling to deliver a load of spas to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, before their offices close. But for the last 2 days, weather has derailed his schedule, and it's showing no sign of letting up.
Seems that I've driven right into a white Christmas.
The road is icy, and Joe's again having to slow down to keep his load safe.
This could get a lot worse. I've got snow chains if I need them. I don't want to have to stop and screw with them. I generally avoid these parts because nobody pays me to deal with the weather.
With 60 miles left in his journey and winter weather affecting his progress, Joe knows he won't make it to Coeur d'Alene before 5 o'clock. Now all he can do is respect the road and take the hit for arriving late.
It seems that they are ready for us. They're as anxious to get it as I am to get rid of it.
Factoring in Joe's late fee, he made $1,450, a thin profit margin for such a difficult journey.
It's all one piece. That's all that matters.
Ryan's convoy is pushed through the snow, arriving 45 minutes late in Dawson Creek. It's not enough for a fine, but the difficult haul has come at a cost. Ryan's dead tired.
The last leg of the trip, not being able to see all was a little draining on a guy.
For his hard work, Ryan has grossed $1,477.
Pretty cold out here, but can't feel the effects of the cold when you're in here running the pallet jack.
Despite New Orleans' best efforts, Brenda has delivered the load of Christmas boxes on time.
Boy, oh boy, there were so many tight turns here, but I'm here.
And with a payday of $1,783, Brenda has a lot to celebrate. She's beaten the boys and become the highest paid trucker of the week. And no better way to reward the winning truck than giving it a great big wash.
Can I wash your big rig?
Oh, damn. I am in New Orleans, okay? And I'm getting my truck washed, and baby, oh, if you could only see this. Oh, look at that. Oh, eat your heart out, okay? This is the end of my rough week. I had a rough week, but you know what? Now, I can party hardy. You hear what I'm saying? Because what? I'm in New Orleans. Yeah, baby, I'm in New Orleans. Yeah, party down, yeah. Bump, bump, yeah, bump. That's it, that's it.